Okay, here's my attempt to give as much information as possible in as short amount of time as possible about RC drift tuning and setup. This is going to be my very first video about the basics of like mechanical suspension tuning. And this is targeted towards somebody who basically just like bought some random RC drift car off of like a used one, and it drives like crap, and they're trying to get it to like a good baseline. So this is not for people who like built their kit from scratch and have a box stock setup that already is good. This is for somebody who just like bought a used car and it's crap. Here's how you get it right from the beginning in a simple way that doesn't require you to buy anything. So first things first, you just bought a used RC car. Make sure all of your links are the same length. Just check them with like calipers or measure them. Measure all of these. Make sure they're the same length as the other side. So right to left. Make sure they're all the same length. That's just your starting point for everything else that we're about to do. That's like step 0. Okay, step 1. Before we do alignment, we need to do ride height. You want your front ride height such that your front links are parallel or as close to parallel as you can get them, which is probably going to mean that you're pretty low to the ground, and that's fine. I should mention this is for P-tile. I'm talking about P-tile here, not talking about asphalt, concrete, or carpet. So a really low car is fine on P-tile because it's fine. So get your front links parallel to the ground by adjusting your preload in your springs or by changing the attachment points in your springs. Okay. Once you have your front links parallel, go to the back and set the ride height into the rear to be slightly lower than the front. So like 2 to 4 millimeters lower. So you want it slightly raked back. And I don't have my battery here, but make sure you're doing all this with your battery. And ideally check it with your body as well. Like, final driving weight. Make sure that your links are level or as close to level as they can get in the front, and then you're slightly squatted back in the rear. That's a very good baseline for P-tile. Okay, next up, front alignment. All we care about are where do we get a flat patch on our lead tire, where in the steering sweep, and our Ackerman. Okay, Ackerman is just the relationship between these two tires, their angle of these two tires through the sweep. Okay, for most tracks, unless you're in a really tiny track, you want mostly parallel Ackerman, meaning that these tires have the same angle through the majority of their sweep. And then you'll have slightly open Ackerman where the trailing tire opens slightly at full lock. Okay, that's just what everybody does. The reason why that's good is that when these are parallel, there's no resistance or scrub from the trailing tire, and so it allows you to just direct the front at whatever angle you want, and you don't have a weird basically scrubbing effect causing the car to want to rotate. It'll just kind of want to hold whatever angle you put it at. And then it also carries a lot of speed that way. So there's probably other reasons, but anyway, so you want parallel Ackerman. You will adjust that via, by the way, Ackerman, see, look, parallel. We're like, these wheels are pretty much facing the same way through most of the sweep. They're kind of open up at neutral, but I mean, we're drifting all the time. So parallel, that's what we want. You adjust that by changing toe. And also if like you're on a slide rack, you can space these to get different Ackerman. It's about the relationship of the angle between the toe links. Look it up. It takes some studying. I'm not going to fully explain it here in 2 minutes. Okay, so once you've got your Ackerman right, then your flat patch, it's kind of personal preference, but I would say you want your flat patch. Flat patch meaning the tire runs with 0 camber of the leading tire. You want that flat patch to come in around 45 to 60 degrees of angle. However, there are some drivers who have it go flat patch at full lock. So like that's why I say it's preference. I would say minimum though, you want that flat patch at like 45 to 60 degrees. So parallel Ackerman, flat patch at minimum of 45 degrees. That's like the minimum basic for a good front alignment. You want these these links level to the ground, flat patch, minimum of 45, could be to full lock, whatever, personal preference, and then parallel Ackerman. That'll be a great feeling in the front. In the rear, alignment in the rear, all we care about is that we maintain inner edge priority. We don't want the tire to be rolling over into positive camber, and we definitely don't want to ride the outer edge. This is similar to the front alignment where it's personal preference. How far into the middle of the tire do you want to run? Personally, I run -6 rear camber. I never run past like the inner quarter of the tire. That keeps the inner track width narrow. It concentrates the heat into the tire into a smaller space, so the tire heats up faster. And I just find that by having that much camber, there's no dynamic change to my track width. You know, my tire doesn't flatten. It just stays on the inner edge at all times. And that gives me a very consistent feel in the rear end of the car. However, that is, again, personal preference. So I would say you want no more than like 6 and probably a minimum of like 2. You definitely don't want to go onto the outer edge of the tire. Having the tire run flat is fine. Some people like that. But definitely don't run it to where it's going into positive camber. And then I would say as far as toe in the rear, that's again a personal preference thing, but probably you don't want to go more than like 1 degree of toe in. Neutral or slightly towed in. I don't think there's any RC drift car that needs to go toe out. Okay, I tried to do this in 3 minutes. It ended up being 7 minutes. I'm sorry it took so long, but that is my attempt to give you the most quick and concentrated like baseline tune for, you know, some random RC car that you just bought and you want to go drift it, but it drives like dog water. Do these settings. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Have a good day.